Olá, sejam todos muito bem-vindos ao Inspira, a sua dose semanal de inspiração e expansão de consciência. E eu sou a Veridiana Bressani e eu convido vocês a estarem aqui conosco na cozinha do Terra Lodge, um lugar super gostosinho. Eu não podia encontrar um lugar melhor para receber as pessoas que eu gosto e convidar, porque eu acho que na cozinha é onde a gente tem os papos mais bacanas, assim, mais íntimos, sei lá. A gente pode chegar em lugares que são às vezes até meio picantes. Bom, hoje meu convidado, ele é internacional, sim, de Nova York, está aqui em Portugal e eu tenho a honra de receber hoje Joshua Cruz para conversar com a gente.
Olá, olá!
Olá, olá, olá! Que bom!
Wow, que
Welcome.
cocina! Beautiful kitchen.
We can speak in so many different
we can talk whatever,
languages.
sign language, body language, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Whatever language you want to talk, we talk. I speak.
Nice. Bom, Joshua é photographer.
Yes.
And he's a drummer, percussionist, because he's part of the casting of Stomp. Mm-hmm. And we will talk about the travels, the tours, the photography, what inspire you, né?
Yeah. I'm okay
And
with
about
that.
food too.
And about food. This is amazing.
Yeah, this is for us.
We have a couple of different cheeses.
Yes, because in Portugal, you know,
okay.
Wine and cheese.
Yeah, I already know. I can tell. I already
Okay, you
that.
need more.
No,
we
it's
need
okay.
to
We
start.
do that later. Don't worry about
Yeah?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we do it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in Portugal, we are always drinking wine.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if it's a lunchtime.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's grape juice.
Yeah. And cheese.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw around, but there is a lot of goats here.
I didn't get to see a goat yet. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen a goat yet. Yeah. I'm the goat, greatest of all time. Right? That's it. The goat right here. There's a lot of goats. Do the sound again. Yeah.
I love to talk with the goats.
Yeah?
Yes, I don't know, but
Do they talk back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a good chat with them, you know.
Nice. I love it. I love it. That's good.
Good. Bom, Joshua, I'd like to start a little bit, going back a little bit in the days. You born in New York, but you have a taste of Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit from where come these Latin vibes?
Ooh. So, wow, years ago. I'm old now.
I think, I'm older than you.
You don't know. It's okay. Back in the 80s, I was born in New York City. February is a cold winter day. No, I'm kidding. I was born in New York City and February, 1988, 1988. And I don't even know how to start this, but it's been a journey since then, I guess. All the men in my family were born in Puerto Rico. And they all wanted the American dream. The American dream at the time was to go to New York and, start a new life and meet a Puerto Rican queen in New York City. That was the goal. And so almost all the men in my family are born in Puerto Rico. And I was the only one that returned. So now, years later, I moved to Puerto Rico. I live in Puerto Rico at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm also a part of this show, which causes for me to travel the world, which is how I got to meet you. And,
yes.
And it's an honor to be here, and it's fun to be here. And the way we met was fun. You came to the show, and you're a networker. You do it all. I see your Instagram. I'm like, this girl does everything. And so it's great to even just be here and do this podcast and be a part of episode 1. Yeah. Which is great. So I'm here to support and
because
be a part of that.
Normally, Puerto Rico, when people like Brazilians, they do the same. Like when we go to live in another country, we still a little bit in our own community.
Right.
Was the same for you, for your family in the beginning?
I think so. I think there was a huge community of Puerto Ricans that left Puerto Rico and they went to New York, right? Mm-hmm. So this happened in the 50s, 60s, 70s. We have an area in New York City called El Barrio, which is on 115th Street, East Harlem. I've gotten the opportunity in my life to live there and see what that looks like and be a part of that. That's where my grandfather kind of went, one of the first neighborhoods he went to when he moved from Puerto Rico to New York City. And so New York City is where salsa became even more elevated, even more, and music. And so, growing up in New York in the 90s, I'm an 80s baby, 90s kid. Right? There's music everywhere. Mm-hmm. You have your neighbors upstairs, neighbors next door, from all different cultures. The Indian guy next to you, the African guy upstairs, you know, just there was always music around me. And that's how I got into music. I will say, you know, my parents, they did raise me in church. And so that's how I got the opportunity to learn how to play drums. And that's what made me become a percussionist now. So today, I used to play drums in the weekends and dance salsa on Saturdays, you know? And so all of that together, the music, upstairs, downstairs, just this whole, like, in New Orleans, they have a soup, it's called gumbo. They put everything in there, all the gumbo, all the ingredients to make the soup. It's like, that's what New York was like for me. It's a melting pot of all these different cultures. And that's how I got into wanting to, you know, not so much be an artist, but just like into music. Music is what keeps us going, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
And something that for me was really nice when I met you is this that you brought now. Like you are not like a person that is traveling and working, because we know how it is the life when you are in a tour, that you are working so hard in one of another trip and shows one another behind in a role, né? And you were super open. Yeah, we can go. Go for. So you are a super open person.
Yeah.
Né?
I mean,
I think this comes from this place that you're born.
I think. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm an only child as well. Not that I have only child syndrome, but I will say, like, growing up, I always wanted to know people's stories. I would be in the car and we would drive through New York, and I see the streets and I see people, and I'm like, what's his story? What's her story? You know, and that's before I became an artist, a percussionist, a performer. I always enjoyed people, loving people, getting to know people. So I grew up, and I went to college, and I went to school for social work. So I you know, that was my goal, was to be a social worker and work with kids and homeless. And I got a chance to do that for a very long time in my life. And that was one of the best years of my life because I worked at a summer camp, and this summer camp was incredible. Basically what we did was we got kids from New York City and took them to summer camp, to experience camp, and then bring them back into the city, you know, in the summer. I was one of those kids that got a chance to do that. Now, going to camp, that's what also made me develop, you know, more social skills, to talk to people, to be open, to, you know, especially in the summer when there's nothing to do in the city except for play basketball. You know,
in the city, you
know, and the city's cool. The city has its fun, you know, but the country, there's something about the country that just makes you want to come out your shell a little bit more. You know?
And the salsa, you start in the community, in the streets, with going to play dance, but you really was like, wow, I want to be good in salsa.
Salsa for me, basically, I grew up with a friend. He was a DJ, DJ Ariel Gonzalez. And he basically introduced me to salsa. The way that happened was he would do sound for bands in New York City, and he did sound for a band called New Swing Six Step. I remember, and he needed help with getting speakers to bring him into the place. I was maybe 20, 21, and so yeah, I was like, bro, I'll come with you. He gave me $100 and a Corona just to have a good night, to bring all this equipment inside, set up for the band, and I'm getting to know the band. There's congas, and I'm like playing the congas, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's good on the congas." I was like, "Yeah, man, you know." And then that's how I got into salsa. Was that I was looking at all these older people dancing salsa, and I was like, "I want to do that. I want to dance salsa." And it's crazy. This is a wild story because I took a photo that night with somebody who was dancing salsa. We took a photo together. And I recently went to New York, and I haven't seen this person for about 8 years. Nah, a little more than that, because I'm older than 29. But for a very long time, I hadn't seen this person. And I saw her at a salsa social in New York City, and I was like, I know you. She's like, well, how you know me? I'm like, we took a photo like in 2000 whatever. That's crazy. Let's do another photo now. I hadn't seen her for that whole time.
Que legal.
But that was
cool.
Such a beautiful moment, you know? It's like those are the moments in life that make me feel alive. The moments where you get to connect with people, share a story, have a dance, and even this right here, I haven't eaten yet because I'm talking, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, you know, we're in the kitchen. You don't really eat in the kitchen. You talk in the kitchen, right?
Yes. Yeah, we just bite a little bit.
Little break here, a little break there. But yeah, I mean, that's how I got into salsa a lot. Yeah, just dancing salsa.
And you're still dancing sometimes?
Anytime I can. I mean, so I was born in New York City, and now I live in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, this is so good. Okay, we will talk about this. Please.
Okay, like this.
Yeah. Então,
Okay, I got this. Yeah, we got. Ready? Okay.
tá ready.
Action.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, clap. Right. There it is.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Just took a little break. We took a little break because I got hungry and we wanted to refill on the wine.
We were,
So we're back.
Because, we need to refill always the wine because for a good talk, we need to be with good taste in the mouth.
Cheers.
Cheers. Go back to the salsa.
Yes.
But, okay, dance is one step, you really like it, you were involved, tarara, but the drums, né? You play the gongo.
Congas.
Congo is one thing, gongo is another thing.
Okay. I don't know what the first Congo.
Congo.
What's that?
Congo is a place.
Is it Congo?
Yeah, Congo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the congas.
E conga.
Congas.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. You're right.
Okay. Então, okay. Então, but you started to play before, né? But why you choose in the church? Why you choose the drums? Why you didn't choose, I don't know, the piano or the guitar?
I think I just had a thing for rhythm. I did play piano a bit too, but I was more passionate about drumming. Drumming, trying to get different sounds. Like even the conga, right? Like the congas. There's so many different sounds you could get out of it. You know, a slap, a little. There's one that I know you've heard it before. You go doo, that. You can do a bunch of different little sounds. So you finding those different sounds, those are little points of success. You're like, I want to play this sound, bah, and you hit it. I'm like, okay, but you work towards it. The conga is a beautiful instrument for me.
But you start with conga, no?
I started with, percussion, right? I started with a cowbell. Doop, doop, doop. That's what I started with. And then there was an old show called George of the Jungle. Doom, 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 right?
Yes.
That was my first rhythm that I learned.
Ah, okay.
Boom, 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 boom. And then in church, I looked up to the drummer. He was really cool, a guy named Ricky, you know. Ricky was a really cool guy. And
hey, Ricky.
yeah, you know, Ricky was a really nice guy. And I looked up to him, and I was like, I want to learn how to play drums. And so I would look. I was always observing him. I was always looking. Doom, boom, until you learn, and little by little, you know, and you develop your craft with that. That's how I learned. That's how I learned how to play drums. Yeah.
And after you play a little bit in the church, you start a little band with a jazz band, or not a little, probably, because jazz normally comes one and another. Because jazz is so cool because it's a kind of, when you have a jazz in the beginning of the jazz, is a communication between the instruments.
I've been around jazz musicians. Jazz is beautiful.
Yes,
well.
I love jazz.
I saw a movie recently. It's called Soul.
Soul.
So good. It's a Pixar movie, cartoon, but it's great.
I'd like to.
I
know.
You know which one I'm talking about?
I know.
They talk about getting into the zone. When you in life, the piano player, he's like, it doesn't matter anymore. He just gets into the zone. That's the beautiful part about different things that you do. What gets you in the zone, you know? Like for me, what gets me in the zone is playing. What gets me in the zone is performing. What gets me in the zone is photography. I love photography. And so photography kind of comes together with what we were talking about earlier. When I was in a car that my dad was driving, I'm like, what's his story? What's her story? What's his story? And then as years passed by, I would just go to people and take a photo and be like, yo, can I show you my art? And boom. And then that's how we would communicate. And then, you know, now everything's on social media, Instagram. Follow me, I follow you. Anytime you come to Puerto Rico, come back, I'll shoot you again, you know. So I do nightlife photography. I meet people in the street. I shoot people in the street.
Yeah, this is really cool.
It's fun. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. And that's what I started doing during the pandemic. Was everyone was trying to figure it out, right? So I went ahead and I started doing photography. And I have two great mentors that taught me.
Who?
So one, his name is, we call him Awesome Sauce. No, that's his. Check him out. Awesome Sauce. That's one of my best friends. We grew up in church together, like I said, and we did music and all of that. But then it got to the point where he taught me how to like use a camera, how to take a photo, how to engage with people, how to get into that field. And another guy, his name is Luca, and his Instagram is Beautiful Souls of NYC. He's pretty well known. He's a well known guy. I don't know if you ever seen videos. He used to play football. You guys call it football, right?
Yeah.
He used to kick water bottles. He
Wow.
kicks water bottles into trash cans.
No, I never saw this.
Videos that go viral. I'll show you later. It's pretty fun. So, yeah, their relationship inspired me to do photography. And so I went to Puerto Rico during the pandemic, and I had to come back to New York. But on my flight back, I said, I want to go back to Puerto Rico. I want to live there. What can I do? I'm like, let me do photography. So that's how I got into photography even more.
Before you're not used to do photos.
I was
because you
always
said that
good.
you're asking your father at every place that you pass. Oh, like this story, that story. You're not.
I was
shooting
too
that
young.
thing.
I was a kid. I was a kid when that was happening.
Okay.
Yeah, but what got me? Yeah, I've always loved framing things. I've always had an eye for things. Like how high can you go? How low can you? Like I love to frame things, and so that's for me. If I took a photo, I would just do that with an iPhone or I don't know, whatever camera that I had. But then I got a professional camera just 3 years ago. Actually, this month, 3 years ago. So I've been doing full-time photography for 3 years now.
Yeah, and this is really cool what you do and this is really inspired for people that is starting a new job like a photographer, because what he does is really nice because he goes to the streets, he took pictures of people, and if they like it, you sell.
Yeah,
and this is really cool.
You know, I tell people you're not obligated to buy. You know, I just want to show you my art. If you do want to buy, then this is the price. And then if they don't want, oh, not right now, here's my Instagram. And then sometimes they'll reach out to you later. Because guess what? I mean, you have to be smart. I post the photos of people that have bought photos. And now the people that didn't buy, they go, I don't want my photos. But guess what happens then? The price goes up, right? Obvio. Whoopsie.
You lose the early bird.
Yeah, you should have bought it on the spot. But now you're making me work to send you the photo. Okay, nah. But that's just a little, you got to be savvy and smart with if you want to start a business. That's how you do it. You just go for it. Try it out.
And why you went to Puerto Rico during the pandemic?
Oh man, COVID sucked in New York.
Yes,
Everywhere.
Everywhere, but here no.
Here
was amazing. Yeah, because it was, without people at all. And we walked to the beach.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. Well, I wanted to go to the beach though. This is why I went to Puerto Rico.
Yes.
And New York got crazy.
But you took the flight before.
You could take flights. Yeah, you were allowed to take flights.
Okay,
yeah,
because here we could cross the bridge.
No?
No.
Wow.
We are not allowed.
Well, that's something that we all in this room went through, right? We all went through COVID together, we could say, right? And then what came out of that was gems, was ideas, was people not wanting to work a 9 to 5 no more. Now I could work from home. Now I could, what inspires you? I know friends that have recorded songs. I know, artists just started sprouting out of nowhere, coming out of nowhere, So a lot of people have more dogs now because they need a dog to, get to do something in life with, So.
But you still with people living there from your family in Puerto Rico.
And also in Puerto Rico, my dad was born there, and so his whole family lives there.
Então, when you come
live
back,
in the States, but his whole family lives there. So I didn't grow up with them, but now I'm getting to know my family more. It's like, so what happened these past 36 years? Like let's talk about it. So I'm learning my family. Now I get to go to my grandma's house a little more.
Getting back your roots.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I wanted to go back to Puerto Rico. Being a kid from New York and just being that city boy. That's my Instagram, City Boy PR, City Boy Puerto Rico. I'm a city boy, and in the city you could do whatever you want. You could be whoever you want. You want to play basketball, you got your crew of people that does that. You want to go dancing, you got your people over there. You want to, I don't know, whatever you want. You want to be a fashionista, you go downtown, you just walk around, hey, whatever, It's like you could be whatever you want in the city.
And in Puerto Rico, it's totally different.
Puerto Rico's more calm. It's more chill.
It's more chill, but more...
Yeah, people are a lot more happy, you know? It's, you know, and yeah, it's nice. Puerto Rico's a really great place.
Então, you went to Puerto Rico during the pandemic, and you start your new passion, photography. And how you start there? Like, was shooting stories, people around the streets, or you choose like my family, I don't know, like something like that?
Yeah, well, I know in Puerto Rico, I stayed in a street called Calle Serra, and I stayed in like a hostel, but because of the pandemic, nobody else was there. I had my own room, so I had the whole place to myself pretty much. I would go for my runs, and then I would go to Viejo San Juan, Old San Juan. And that's where I went, and I started shooting. I started meeting people, and I sold my first photos to a client there, and this is what kind of inspired me even more. And it's like, how else can I do this? What can I do? Who can I meet? You know. So then you now I have this beautiful camera. What am I gonna do with it, right? Then I went to businesses and I started taking photos of their drinks, setups like this, you know, real estate. Everyone has an Airbnb over there. It's like, you want me to shoot photos for your Airbnb? Let's do it, you know, do that, you know. So you have to look for the work. You have to find it.
The tip that you can bring now, like for people that is shooting or starting to shoot, like choose a segment that you really like, or do all the types of photos. What is your tip for these people that is starting now?
It's known for people to choose one thing and do that and be the best you can at that one thing, right? Okay, I get it, nice. But then there's people...
I'm not these people.
Exactly.
I do everything the
Cheers
same.
to that. You know, we need like a campana, a little bell or something. Yeah. We need something.
No, but I think this is something
hit it. One time.
Good.
There it is.
Yes, now we have.
We're not those people. Hey, it's cool. I love this.
I love this.
You need to have this.
Yeah, we need to have it here.
Episode 2, 3, 4. That's what we're doing.
Now this is part of
creators. This is what we do. Creators. We try to figure out how to make things even better, right?
Yeah, and soon you can blah 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 blah.
Exactly. No, but like it's true. You know, like you want to do everything. Like the one thing. All right, I always said this growing up. People ask you what you want to be when you grow up. You get that question. When your parents are around, I want to be a lawyer, a doctor, this, right? Okay, cool. When your friends are around, I want to be a basketball player. I want to do this, right? All right, then you go to high school. So what do you want to be when you grow up? And people are like, I don't know. And then senior year, what do you want to go to college for? What do you want to study in college and do this for the rest of your life? And you're like, are you serious? I have to choose one thing, you know? And it's like, why choose one thing? You know, there's people that need to choose one thing. And that's fine. That works for them. That's fine. I love consistency. Consistency is beautiful. Do that. Grow in that. Do what you got to do. For me, I need to find what's the next thing. I'm doing this now. Great. Okay, what's the next thing I want to do? Because that's what makes me feel alive. That's what makes me want to continue to you know, live freely. And you know, but consistency is also beautiful, you know? Yeah. So there's a balance. There's a balance,
right?
There's a balance.
You know, like, for me, like, it's the same. Sometimes I need to change a little bit the vibe or do... Like this work I love because when I'm interviewing different people, it's really good because it looks like that I go in different places and I can maintain my constancy here. But when I'm doing just one thing, sometimes it's so boring.
Right.
And I think like this is changed with the time, you know, like because when we were kid, you can be just one thing, and you just can be good in one thing. No, I'm good in a lot of things, baby.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know, I grew up in that camp I told you about. The kids used to come out, and I don't know if I could get in trouble for this, but we used to cut the kids' hair, like, you know, without asking the parents. We would cut their hair. They were in camp for 2 weeks, so the hair grows back by time, you know. But and you know, I was like, I want to learn how to cut hair. Yo, come here. Hey, we cut hair, you know, give them a little shape up, make sure it looks good. Maybe call the parent, hey, just to let you know, your kid, you know, he cut his hair, he needed a haircut. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay, whatever. Thank you for the haircut. But it's like, you know, there's things in life that you learn, there's things in life that you appreciate. There's things, even now, like I'm 36 and there's more things that I want to do. You know, just this past year, I've never been snorkeling before. You know, and that was such an amazing thing that I did. I'm like, wow, I found a new passion at this age. It's like, okay, great. Like,
Yeah, never is late. Is too late
yeah,
to
you
start
gotta just
something
go
new.
for it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Então, okay, we keeping in the photography mood. Puerto Rico, you were there, like, okay, you know a little bit. You are connecting again to your roots, but there is something that it's new, that it's pushing you out, like to do your photos and everything. What do you feel that was putting you like a wow? I feel on my veins that it's part of me. It's from here.
Yeah.
Like what do you felt in Puerto Rico that wow that brought you back to live there? Né?
Yeah,
You went back to New York and after you were there living there now.
I think it wasn't a reason for me to run away from New York. I didn't want to run. It's not that I want to run away.
Okay.
I love New York. New York is an
No, it's
amazing
really cool.
city,
I love New York.
right?
Too.
Especially if you're born there, and it's like okay,
I didn't
great.
born, but yes,
But it's like when you are born there, it's like you get so tired of it. You're like, okay, you know, tourists walk the street really slow. You're like, get out the way, I gotta go. You know, it's like it's just what happens, right? But I think in me going to Puerto Rico, it was to start something new, start a new life. You know, just figure it out, start a new life. And the colors in Puerto Rico are beautiful. Like O San Juan, the pastel colors, it's incredible, right? So as a photographer, you have an eye for something. You're like, these colors are nice, you know? There's a lot of artists coming out of Puerto Rico right now, dancers, and it's such a magical place. For me, it's a magical place. If you want to do something, you can do it. You can do it. Just talk to the people, you know? So, you know, as someone that went there, the first thing I had to do was just be quiet. Observe, see what's around, you know, get to know who's around. And then I met a bartender. She was really cool. And Yaz, her name is Yaz. We became really, really good friends. And she introduced me to her friends, you know? It's like, okay, cool. It's like, and then I met a restaurant owner. And I was like, yo, I need a job. I was never a waiter. Can I get a job? She's like, yeah, come on in. I was a waiter, never waited before. And so it's just like, whatever you want, you can get. You know, I met a famous boxer once. I saw that he was in Puerto Rico. I texted him like, "Hey."
Yeah, Puerto Rico have amazing boxers.
Yeah,
from Puerto Rico.
Amazing boxers,
Yes.
Incredible boxers.
Yeah, I know.
You know, singers, writers, dancers.
Yeah, the culture there is really alive.
It's a beautiful culture.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful culture. Yeah. So and it's like I remember growing up in New York. We did a school project where you had to. Figure out your job, buy a house, get a car, budget.
American way of life.
That whole thing, right? No, that's what it was. That was a school project. And my project, I said, I'm gonna live in Puerto Rico. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have this car.
Wow.
And I ain't get the car. I ain't get none of that. Whatever, the house, whatever. It's okay. But I still went to Puerto Rico, and that was a dream I guess I had when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. You know, and so I got a chance to do it. Yeah. Nice.
Então, I'd like to... You want to eat something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Então, eat a little bit and I talk while you eat. Então, it's really nice, like, if I think, like, I'm building here your life on my mind, like, to understand a little bit. Então, okay, people, just for you know, I'm speaking English, but always I put então in the middle. Então is so. So.
Oh, okay.
So is então.
That's okay.
Yeah?
Então.
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 É.
Why it sounds Chinese?
It's not Chinese.
Okay. Então.
Entonces.
Oh, no, então.
Então.
Okay.
Entonces.
Oh.
Que tú hablas en español,
Sí.
que después de ser entonces, pero que no es entonces, entón. Então.
We're learning here. We're learning something new.
Yeah, we love learn something new. Então. Back to the role here. Então.
Love it.
Okay. Então. You start in the church, looking the guys playing tarará. The guy, Papa Ricky. I remember of you,
Ricky, yeah.
Ricky, the guy that you like it. And after you start to play, and you went to the jazz band, because normally the guys now start to be friends, playing together. What makes you, like, what you brought you to the idea to play with Stomp? You watch it once. What do you make you to? Oh, I want to be part of these guys playing in all the places with non instrument because they play with everything.
I think
you play with everything.
The beautiful thing about growing up is that sometimes you become a fan of something before you do it.
Yes.
You know, and so for me, my mom,
like me.
Yeah. That's what. Então, so tell me, então. No, for me, my mom bought tickets for a graduation, a high school present was to go see the show. And so I saw the show, and we were, you know.
Because you were a fan before.
Well,
this is why she gave you
that I was a drummer.
Ah, okay. She supposed that you could be
I
loved.
saw the videos on YouTube, right? And then even while I was growing up, I said, yo, bro, check this out. When YouTube came out, you're like, yo, that was probably like one of my first searches on YouTube was like Stomp. You know, I was like, yo, because growing up in school, if there was a substitute teacher, she would come in with the TV and they would play the DVD of Stomp, and that was how I saw Stomp was for the first time. I was like, oh, drumming, okay. And then growing up for me in school, we used to battle. We used to in the lunchroom. We used to do stuff like that. We used to battle for chocolate milk, right? So it's like, yo, who's gonna win this chocolate milk, me or you? And then we would just
I win.
Yeah, we would just have fun. It's like stuff like that. So I went to Stomp as a graduation gift for my mom. We sat all the way in the top, all the way in the back, great seats in New York City. And that theater is not there anymore. The show's
just
not
for
there
you
anymore.
know, Stomp have more than 30 years.
Yeah, 30 plus years. Yeah,
Yes.
It's been around for years. And so I got to see the show there in St. Mark's, 2nd Avenue. And then years later, when I was working with kids and homeless, I then decided that I wanted to do something different. So I just went for a tryout. I just tried out for the show.
You may get an audition, but it is open to everybody?
Open audition.
Wow.
For anyone. So my story with that is that...
Good.
Yeah, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something new. I feel like I've had the opportunity to be with the people in New York City, help people out. I'm not the savior of anything. I was just a part of an organization that was about helping people. That's what I love to do anyway. And then I decided, okay, I've done this for a while now, and I want to do something for me now. And so I never wrote a resume before. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got to write a resume. What have I done? What do I want to do? What are my passions? All this stuff, right? And no lie, like the thought Stomp came to mind. It's for real. It just came to my mind because maybe a couple of years before I saw an ad on a newspaper that said there's auditions for Stomp. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll do that one day. Never thought about that again until that moment when I was writing a resume. And then I was like, let me go online. Let me see what's going on. So I saw them on Facebook. It said audition 2 years before. I was like, oh, okay, I guess there's no audition. So let me just follow them. 2 weeks later, there was an audition for the show. And
you saw the pop-up
and a notification popped up on my phone.
Yes.
And I was like...
It's a calling. Sometimes it's just your call, your soul putting, the right moment to be in the set.
I think so, but I also think sometimes you just have to listen. Just be quiet and listen. Yeah, I took that moment that day.
You know what I say? That you need to be in tune.
Yeah.
In tune with the universe. When you are in tune with the universe, you don't need to, of course, you need to do the right things, like work in the things that you want to do it, but you don't need to be running to figure it out, everything. No, because if you're in the tuning, everything happen,
Yeah.
And you are, I think, probably you are in tuning to the right moment, 2 weeks before.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone has their beliefs, which is why it's so beautiful to talk about, have these great conversations about what inspires you. And I think for me personally, I always point everything back to my relationship with God, for me. And it's like that's my story, that's how I live, that's how I choose to live my life in a way where it's like, man, I want to do something. I want to do something new. Like, okay, let's have a conversation. Like, what's up? What you think? Can you set things up? You know what I want. You know what I want in my heart. You know what I have. You know what I want to do. So we
will go back to this point later, but keep going in the audition of Stomp.
Did the audition. It was fun. All right, so for
You
me,
make your resume, you play...
no resume.
No?
They didn't need a resume.
Okay.
They didn't need a resume. I decided to go. So I showed up. I was one of the first people to show up.
Okay. Sorry, I
No,
will
it's
take
fine.
a
We in the
while.
kitchen. We in the kitchen.
Yeah, we're in the kitchen. This is
kitchen.
why it's good
we
here.
We can move in
and
the
this
kitchen.
is why we don't have you know how I say that microphone?
Yeah.
It's a ice cream microphone. I don't like ice cream microphone.
You don't like ice cream microphones?
No, I like this, that free. We are free.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay, keep it.
Oh, message!
Okay, keep.
No, so I tried out for the show. I got a call back to come back. And then the creator in the show, I got to meet him. The guy that I'm like, oh, wow, like I've seen this guy for years. I'm like, he's there. I'm like, this is really cool. Luke Cresswell. And so I decided to, I wanted to, you had an audition. You have to impress. You have to pop out.
Yes.
And so, yeah, and you get nervous, right?
Yes.
And
I made for Cirque du Soleil.
You did that?
Yes.
Ooh,
it was really good.
That's cool. That's cool. That's really cool.
This is why I didn't pass.
Yeah. Maybe that's an act. You could do that. Yeah.
I was doing skateboarding with capoeira. It was like a
What?
real mess. Yeah, but it's another story.
You gotta show me some capoeira later on. I'm for real.
Yeah.
And then, so I remember that, so I started thinking to myself, what has inspired me, like what artist or whatever. So growing up, I will say one of my favorite artists was Will Smith.
Yeah.
The Fresh Prince.
Yes, of course.
And so I always say the Fresh Prince raised me, right? Because in the show, he always talked to a girl a certain way. You're like, oh, that's good. I'm gonna use that line, or he did a little dance or something. And you're like, I'm doing that too, right? Yeah, all of that, everything, all of that, right? So I thought to myself, how would Will Smith do the show? So I did some moves of how he would do and whatever, and then they asked me to come back, and so I came back, and then we did a 10-week training, and then they did some cuts, so some people didn't make it, but I was fortunate to be one of the 9 people that made it. And
since the beginning, you took the Doctor Who?
No, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had you too.
Whoa, that's crazy. The reason why that's crazy,
I need to explain to you guys.
So there
you can explain better than me.
In the show, every role has a name, but nobody knows that. But,
I know.
But she knows. You did some research. That's pretty cool. And so I play a role called Doctor Who, basically, and that's just made for our schedule for us to know what the track is, the music. Oh, you're playing Doctor Who tonight. Great, I know that. But in the show, there's no talking. Mm-hmm. There's none of that. So no one really needs to know the names of the characters. It's kind of like in-house, we know. But that's cool that you know that.
No, but it's really good because when you don't have a script like what I will say, but everybody have a role like to be with that character, and I will be more comic, I will be more, serious or more, I don't know. So it's really nice because this, for us, public, when we are watching, it's really nice that we can, now that I know, I understand more, but it's really nice because we can see the characters there, like the funny one, the weird one, like this is really cool. Então, I didn't know before I searched about you, but it's really nice about Doctor Who and the Surge and they have the names.
Yeah, so every character has their own name, but also, so basically the show is written, the music is written, certain things, certain cues, certain choreography.
But it's improvised the most.
But everything is improvised.
Yeah.
Almost the whole, like 80% of the show is improvised.
Então, the first calls, okay, you got it. How you felt? Like, how was for you?
Oh, man. You know how it is when you get that call back and you're like, you made it. You're like, what?
You cry or is...
I was just happy. I was just like, okay. All right. Let's see what this is about. I remember I did my first...
But you feel afraid of everything?
I was happy. I was just happy. I'm like, little old me, the kid who was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Mm-hmm. This is that moment now where you're like, whoa, I'm grown up now. And it's like, and I'm asked to do this. And I went for something. Like, we all have that story. We all have that story of, I want to do something. And you do what you got to do to get it. And then you get it. And you're like, all right, let's go. I did my first show. My body was hurting me because you see what we do. I mean,
Nossa, it's crazy
it's
because it's not
crazy.
just playing like a drum seated and playing. No, it's like a wow, they jump, they kick,
Everything.
they go up, they go
It
down.
gets crazy,
If
yeah.
you never saw Stomp, please do it. It's amazing. For me, it's a big show. It's in português, thank you. It's a espetáculo. Um espetáculo.
Espetáculo.
Um espetáculo.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun show.
Então you went
Got the call, did the first show.
Yes, you did.
After the first show, I sat down in the dressing room, and I'm like, "Is this what I'm gonna do?" You start having a point where you're like, "Is this what I want to do?" I did it. I'm here. Is this what I want to do?
Yeah.
It's like, let's just keep going to see how or what I got to do.
But because you are feeling a lot of pain on your body?
No, not so much because of the pain. It's more like
the excitement.
The excitement. All right, you did it. You did that first show. You went for the audition. You got the call back. You did the show, and now you sit down. You have your moment where you sit down and you're like, "Wow, that was cool." But then you're also like, "Whoa, and how long am I gonna do this for?" 8 years later, I'm still in the show.
Good.
Yeah.
So you like it?
I like it. I've gotten a chance to travel the world with it.
Yeah, I'd like to talk more about this.
So I was in the New York cast for, I think, 4 years.
For we explain to people, they have 2 casts, okay? One
We
cast
had 3 at the time when I started.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I
it's
didn't
okay.
know.
It's okay.
No. Yeah, okay. So, nah?
Yeah.
We don't know everything.
We don't know everything.
Yeah. Então, they have 3 casts, not 2, 3 casts. The one stay in New York. Another one is the tour that travel the world.
We had a U.S. tour,
Okay.
and then we have the worldwide tour.
And one more?
No.
Ah,
So
no.
New York City.
New York, America.
And then
Okay.
worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you are part of the international one. Mm-hmm. And when you start, you stay for a while in New York.
New York, I think I was there 4 to 5 years in New York.
Okay.
Doing the show.
Okay.
Yeah. And I always say that was my school. Mm-hmm. I never did theater before that.
But the founders are there too, no?
No, they're not there.
Okay.
No.
But there is someone that passed what
Yeah,
is
we have rehearsal directors, we have all of that, yeah.
during the research.
Yeah. So we have that.
Então you stay there for 4 or 5 years?
4 to 5 years, and then I did the U.S. tour for, I think, 2 years.
And how works? Like a U.S. tour, this means you travel how many times during the year or weeks, like a tour?
Yeah, I mean, I think a tour in the U.S. at the time, I think went for like 7 to 8 months, around there.
Okay.
And then we have a break, and then you go back out.
So you have 3 months of holiday?
Mm-hmm. So then I went for the second time, and then that's when the pandemic happened.
Okay.
That's when I moved to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And then that's when I got into photography. And then I made a request to see if I can come to the worldwide tour. You know, the international
you
tour.
request.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, okay. And so they gave me the opportunity to now be here.
And what do you feel that is the difference between the teams, like the casts, or the vibe of the shows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's more the cast. I think it's the audience, right? So I think the audience in America, they laugh at different things than the audience here. Mm-hmm. There's a different comedy. You know, there's a lot of comedy in the show.
Yes.
What I do in America may not be funny here, and what I do here may not be funny over there.
Have you been in Brazil?
I haven't. The show has. Yeah, I haven't been to Brazil yet. With the show, I've been to Rio. Rio's cool, but I haven't been to there with the show.
And you feel that for your vibe, for your energy, it's better the troupe that you are now, like the international group?
I'm one of those guys where I'm like, I'm down to be wherever you want me to be, you know? But I like to be here a little more because because of this view. Look at that view over there, right? Yes. Because I got a chance to meet you.
Yeah,
I'm in Portugal right
is
now,
amazing.
You know?
Yeah, this is why I'm living here.
This is why. Like I get to travel the world. I get to see the world. So let's talk about where I've been to, yeah? Mm-hmm. I've been to, my first place that I went to with the show in the worldwide tour was Milan, right? Never been there before. Vienna. I went to Lausanne, Switzerland. I went to Japan. I went to Taiwan. Portugal now. A lot of different places around the world. A lot of different places. Bali. I went to Bali. Right?
Bali is one
You would love Bali.
Yeah, everybody looks to me and say, you love Bali, and if
Seriously.
you go to Bali, you never go back.
You
And
will love Bali.
This is why I'm not going, because when I go, I know that I don't go back.
You're going to Bali.
Yeah, I need to be prepared.
Send money for her to go to Bali. Hey, that's it.
Please, Bali, I'm calling you.
I love it. No, Bali's incredible. Bali's incredible.
Good. Então,
But I will say, and I'm not trying to say this because I'm here. For me, the best time I've had so far has been here in Portugal.
but what brings you this energy?
Just
this feeling?
it's not so much, I don't know, I feel censored. I feel at peace. I don't feel like I'm in a rush. I feel like...
No.
I'm
Here
staying-
in Portugal,
I'm
you
staying in
never feel
Lisbon.
that you're in a rush.
I'm staying in Lisbon right now. It's March and the sun is out, and it's nice. It's just it's a beautiful town, a beautiful city.
There is something that I feel here a lot. That when you come with the flight, the plane, I don't know, that there is something that you feel that the vibe is coming.
Yeah. Okay. That's
And
cool.
whoa, this is so chill.
That's cool, yeah.
And I like a lot. I don't know, like the Portuguese, they have this vibe, like the old people from here, that the life is slow, and this is beautiful because, and with the pandemic, I learned this a lot. Like the life, and we are from big cities, I'm from São Paulo, and it's such a big, crazy city like New York. And so you are always running. I need to do it. Looks like that you never can be like sitting in a couch or sitting here and taking time to see life passing. And here in Portugal, teach me a lot about this. How
to calm down.
Yeah, calm down.
Same with me in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and feel the seasons. You can feel the seasons for real.
Yeah.
And Puerto Rico is the same. I think, of course, in the city, in Puerto Rico, in the middle of the city, is maybe different than if you are in a villa, in a countryside.
Yeah,
probably is a little bit different.
Absolutely.
But here in Portugal is really calm.
But even in the city, things can be calm in that city. And so for me, but our problem, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if for you it is, but for me,
Our problem,
maybe, is when you're in a place that's too calm, you become a little too calm.
Yes. This is why I need to be out
So
sometimes.
then you gotta go, you gotta go back and recharge. Yep, exactly. I do that. I'm like,
and you go back like,
I mean, I'm in Puerto Rico on a Monday. I'm on a hammock at the beach. That's great. It's nice.
Amazing.
But how many times am I gonna do that? I need to okay, stop that. That's good. Now I gotta go home. I gotta go to New York and recharge. And I see my friends. I see my family, and then I come back. And now you take that energy from recharging back to a more calm place,
Sim.
which is how we can elevate even more, I think.
So how you do this balance? You live in Puerto Rico, you work not in New York, but they calls you, and you need to be around the world, traveling with Stomp, but you have your photographies there, but you are doing photography here too, photography you can do wherever.
My camera's always with me,
Yeah.
right? So that's always a thing.
But how you make the balance of your life? You feel you have a balance, or you live you have a plan of your year, or you live with the flow?
I think for me, I learn the schedule, and I like to see, okay, what's gonna happen, see the layout, and then if I have weeks off, then I go to New York to see my family, and that's always fun. You go home, get some.
I will take a wine.
No, exactly. Okay. I was gonna say that. You go home and you go to the kitchen and you have yourself a good meal with mom and dad and grandma, and it's cool.
I don't know if you're listening, but it's raining. Sometimes you can listen a little bit, guys. But it's cool weather here. It's spring, so we have this.
Great. The rain is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you can listen in the back that it's raining.
But
drink. Eat. I don't know if you're just listeners. Sometimes you can listen that we stop because we are eating amazing cheese here with some. This chouriço. This is a
chorizo.
really Portuguese. Do you have chouriço in Portuguese?
We have chorizo. No, we don't. I don't think we do in Puerto Rico. But I've had chorizo before. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
So here we are eating chouriço. So if you are with us, you can eat chouriço, a presunto, a cheese, and enjoy a little bit with us.
What bread is this? This bread is great.
Broa. Broa is a good thing to talk because broa in Brazil we have too, but probably we took this knowledge of the Portuguese. Now we are colonized. Now we need to discolonize everything, but I really love this colonization. Sorry, I'm this person that always will talk about and this is good because this is our space. We can talk about everything.
Everything.
Então, broa. Broa is made with corn. It's really good. Really good. In Brazil, we have a lot of broa. And we have the salt and the sweetened.
Okay.
And here, it's the same here, né?
That's good.
Oh.
Ooh. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's not supposed to be that crunchy.
No.
What happened?
Just is a little bit more crunchy.
Is your tooth okay? All right.
No, it's okay.
All right, okay.
Yeah, You know, when I was kid, I was open the bottles with my teeth.
You used to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you was that person. You was that kid.
I was that kid.
Be like, hey, come here. V, come here, mama. Come here. Thank you. I could never do that. No, I was always afraid I was gonna chip my tooth.
I never broke, but yeah, I have a strong teeth.
I see.
Yeah, but now you can see everything is flat, like this, because I have bruxismo, like the
braces.
No, bruxismo. Bruxismo is my teeth. I do this at night, like.
Oh, you grind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Sweet.
Okay, next topic. Okay, I'd like to talk a little bit about inspiration.
Yes.
We talk about what inspire you in the beats, in the la, but today, you have a life that it's not common. Like you are traveling a lot. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have your base in Puerto Rico, in New York too, but you are traveling a lot. How you make your relationships? How you make your relationships? How you build a relationship? Can you build with a girl because normally the girls or the guys too, they didn't go for you are traveling. I don't know how many times you'll be around or no,
that's true. I think that's the artist's relationship with when it comes to love. Sometimes it's hard, right? Because you wanna. That's what I was talking about earlier. All full circle moments, right? It's like consistency, right? Mm-hmm. I think for me, I cannot. I have a friend here in Portugal. I have a friend now, right? And I like
another one.
And another one, yeah. I like when you guys say para mí. I like. So para mí, right? Mm-hmm. I rather build with someone face to face. I don't do long distance relationships. So because of that, I haven't been in a romantic relationship with anyone for a very long time because you only live once, right? And you're only young to a certain age or whatever that is. I don't even think that's true because my grandma's 83 or 86, something like that, and she's the youngest old lady you'll ever meet. She acts like she's 40, right?
Yeah, you need to meet my grandmother.
Exactly.
99.
And 99.
Yeah.
99.
Yes. And she came to visit me with 94.
That's incredible.
She took a plane and she came to Portugal.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Took a plane.
Yes.
Sheesh. Episode 2, Grandma?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
No, but you can't really.
But how it is
doesn't
this
work
for you?
Me. It's not working for me.
But you feel lonely or no? The loneliness is not something that being part... Because being lonely, for me, is something that I'm really okay. I love to be lonely. But the loneliness is something that sometimes for people it's not so easy to deal with.
I think for me, I don't like to be lonely, but I'm okay to be alone. If that makes sense, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I think lonely comes from a place of, I need something. But what fuels me is not another person. What fuels me is what I bring to the table. When I go somewhere and this right here is really cool. This is fun. This is better than, for me, this is better than a relationship sometimes. Mm-hmm. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Can you edit that out? No, but you get what I'm saying? Like your passion. Sometimes you in love with your passion. Uh-huh. And then you want to find, and then there's a moment where you look to your right and you look to see who's looking on their left. And that's when you guys go, okay, what's up? You want to build? What you want to do? What can we do? You know? Yeah, but I don't know. You know, I want kids one day. I want to be married one day. I desire that, but right now it's not time. Yet
It's not part of your.
Yeah. I'll get to that eventually. But I'm having a great time right now.
And how you work with your year? You work with advance, like you plan your year, like you know how many months you'll be out. You know, like okay, I will be in Puerto Rico 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, or 1 week. You plan a little bit?
I think no. I plan a bit, but sometimes we get they let us know a week before. Yo, we going over here.
Okay.
Oh, yo,
You need to be always available.
You can. I choose to be always available. Not everyone's always available because there's other things that people need to do. But at the moment, I'm available.
And how works? Just for ask, because it's good to ask. They pay you for a year, like you are part of the cast, or you just are paying like a freelancer. I'm just paid to be like some month working. How works this?
I'm contracted. So it's
this is amazing because your contract. And you can do your free things, the things that you love, your projects. This is beautiful.
Yeah. It's a great gig. That's a great gig,
Yeah.
But like going back to, love,
Yeah, going back to
you want to sign that contract for life, and so I'm not ready to sign that contract because I haven't met someone that I'm willing to. I don't know how you feel about this. It's like would you stop your not passion, but would you stop going down this road to end up with to build with somebody?
It's not easy.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know. If you are crossing the if you find someone that you can, because the thing that I believe it is when you choose someone to be in life, you build a chain.
Okay.
And I can be here and you can be there.
Okay.
And we build a chain,
okay.
It's there,
It's a link,
Yeah, it's a link. And doesn't matter if I'm far from you or not, we build this. But it's not for everybody can do this, and I'm super comfortable with the situation that doesn't matter what you are doing there, I trust in you. But it's not everybody that work with this well, I really believe that the world is so big, we have so many opportunities that I'm not saying opportunities of love, because when I'm not a person that I make how you say traição, guys?
Traição?
Cheating.
Yeah.
I'm not a person that cheating. I never cheated.
Which is why I stay single.
Oh, fuck! Maybe yes.
Because you don't want to cheat and you don't want to be cheated on.
No.
You want someone that's loyal to you, not loyal to another opportunity.
Yeah.
It's true.
Fuck, you're so right.
Isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. We will eat bread.
Yeah, let's eat bread, because this conversation is dry right now. No, I'm kidding. No, but it's true.
But
right?
he turns to me, he turns to me now.
No, it's like, oh, man, everyone here, I don't know well, it's not, I don't know. It's a topic, right? It's a topic where,
it is.
It's a crazy topic.
Yeah.
Not crazy, but you want something real with somebody, right?
Yes. Yeah, but this is what I believe, we need to, I think people are changing now. I think the apps, they fucked up with everything.
What, dating apps?
Yeah.
Swipe left, swipe right?
I don't like dating apps.
Have you been on it?
Yeah, I tried. But
no, didn't work?
No. I'm feeling in a menu. In a menu. You are in the... Fuck, I'm not a menu,
That's
man.
true, yeah, you're right.
Fuck, look me.
Yeah.
I'm not in a menu.
Not a menu?
No.
Shit.
And I like this, you look, I like when you are in a place, when you walk.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. And you walk and you... Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that little
I like it.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
I prefer these,
I like the story.
Yeah, the flirt.
I like, that too, but I like the story when you go, but how do you guys meet?
Yes.
I don't want to be right,
in the dating app.
I want to walk in and I see a girl and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
who's that over there, right? And you're just like, okay, and then you work towards it. And
Yes.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That's what's
okay.
up.
Yeah.
That's
Bom,
what's up.
we have so many things to talk here. I don't know. But
What's next?
yeah, I think I think we can go to the end. I think this is really nice, but I need to drive to the end.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask you. You talk about Portugal, but what you are thinking for your future? Is your plans? After coming to Portugal, to Japan, so many different places, what inspires you that you have your life like a photographer, like a drums, like a percussionist, but what you're driving through, what are you looking for?
For me, para mim, I think for me, let's see. The legacy I want to leave behind is that I'm able to put a smile on somebody's face every day that I live. It's like, it doesn't matter who I meet. If I meet you, it's like out of the millions of people in the world, I'm here sitting with you, having some cheese and some bread, and some beautiful people in the room, right? And I cherish these moments because it's like little old me, little Josh from New York City in Portugal right now, having this great and beautiful time right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So my goal and my journey and where I want to go in life is that I get to have more of these moments. It's that simple. Yeah. I don't have a plan, My plan is to continue to do my photography, continue to meet people, and then, get to that point in life where I marry someone and we live happily ever after, whatever that looks like. But even before that, it's like, what can I do to build? In a relationship, you want to build with somebody, and it's not about what it's about what you guys can both bring to the table. And this
is the fire.
Yes, the fire.
We have fire here.
We have fire right over there. But yeah, that's what I would say. That's my answer to that. My plan is to continue to just live and have fun and enjoy good company.
You can see Joshua in Stomp. I don't know where you are, but you can see in Japan, in Brazil, in different countries. He will travel around. If you go to New York, probably you can meet him in the streets making some pictures.
Times Square, yep.
Yes, anywhere. Times Square. No, you need to check the pictures of Times Square that he does. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good. Então, I hope you... Então. Or you can... Because after he came to Ericeira, he felt the bite of the mosquito, because Ericeira have a mosquito that bite us and make us, I want to live here. Yes, maybe you can see him here.
I want to come out. I want to come back. This is a great place. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure interviewing you. Thank you so much. I hope you can...
And we're out.
É isso. Thank you so much. Muito obrigada a todo mundo por ter assistido esse episódio aqui com Joshua Cruz, o nosso integrante do Stomp, também fotógrafo que esteve aqui conosco na nossa cozinha maravilhosa do Terra Lodge. Valeu, gente. Até a próxima.
Valeu!
Will!